I'll at least get it started. Then I'm gonna have Bit here go through art submissions or whatnot, but I'll give you guys a high level overview. So just to get started. So one thing, just security wise, everything from us is at props.app. If it shows up as anything besides for props.app, it's probably a scam. Tell your squad, tell us, and let everybody know that there's something out there that's a lookalike. So we'll always end in props.app. Okay. So support is at discord.props.app. The entire experience is at superchief.props.app. We talk about Zora. Zora is the L2 network that we're using. We're not using their website in any way. So if you go over to Zora and you're like, hey, I'm trying to find this contest on Zora's website, you're not going to find it, right? It's only the Zora network that we're using and their protocols that we're using. All of the experience happens at superchief.props.app. Okay. So that's the first thing. Other things that are useful on this site, just to point out, one is we have an extensive FAQ. If there is a question that you guys feel is not here, let us know inside the Discord. Our goal is to make it super simple, so that way, as this thing gets going, all of the answers are just a click away, by and large. The other thing is that we've got a great page here with our sponsors and curators. Some of you here on this call are probably curators. And so, definitely follow each other, give each other love. And this is a great place to just sort of get acquainted with, some of the best curators in the space around art and so forth. They also are giving away spots, as well as giving away, all the curators are giving away I think 10 entries, so 70 remote controls to their communities, which and then are also having the option to pick a winner, each curator. So get familiar with them. The next thing, what's that? Any questions? Keep going.
No,
okay.
Keep rocking. Yeah.
Okay. So what we've had open is just going down the page here, I know it's a lot to read, but these dates are important. So we're opening submissions and voting. Remote controls are already open. They've been open since last Thursday. Voting ends 2 weeks on 7/9. I think it's 2 weeks from 2 weeks from today, Brad, 2 weeks from today. That following Monday, 7/15, billboards are live. So the whole thing is moving very, very quickly over the next really over the next 2-3 weeks, right? So again, if you're sort of looking for times and how things, timing and whatnot, reference the site. Then the next thing is this section here. I'm a creator and join the open call. Both go to the same place. But you'll see here that there's two options at the top. One is to claim remote controls. So there's a couple ways to get remote controls. One is you could have them airdropped to you right now. You could have them airdropped, through one of the curators. There's also promotions going on through Twitter, through Super Chief's Twitter all over the next 2 weeks, where you can also get more remote controls. There's value in multiple entries, right? So it's not just, hey, I've got one entry up. And the reason being is that all of your votes and all of the things that happen across all of your entries contribute. So it's basically an aggregate of all of the activity across your entries, it's not just a single piece of art that is winning. It is as you as a creator is winning across the myriad of pieces that you guys submit. So it's 7 remote controls for an entry. You can gather them in many different ways, or you can claim them. The claim is free. There's a small protocol fee of about $2.50. on the protocol side, but otherwise they're free to claim, and away you go. I'll just show you this real quick. If you guys aren't familiar with Wallet Connect, there's a bunch of awesome stuff here. And even if you're like, we ran into the Exodus wallet, which we didn't have enabled on here. One of the things that's awesome is that you don't have to come to this mint with a wallet. If you were to, for example, connect your Twitter account here, or connect, let's say with, you got a Gmail address here, Wallet Connect will create a wallet in the background for you that then you can go claim, right? So you don't necessarily need to come, if you, and this is important for creators who are net new in the space, they may not have a wallet. They just want to submit to the contest. They don't need to go separately and get a wallet. We'll do it right here. They just need to come, put in their email address, use Google, use Twitter, use, whatever, they could use their Apple, whatever sort of authentication they want, and we'll create a wallet in the background that then they can come claim, and those and the remote controls will be in there. Okay. And so at that point, what will happen, and I'll just go ahead, let me see whether, hopefully this will. Okay. So at this point, then I can go and I can claim 770 and I can add it up. The important part here is, again, that you're going to have at least enough to in terms of Zora. So there's two ways to check out, and I want to show you this. If you are nerdy and you want to bridge to Zora to pay with Zora, that is this crypto option here. And there is a link here to bridge to Zora, which will open up the bridge to Zora website. You can go ahead and bridge. And that is like the super degen Web3 nerdy way to do it. The little more normie way to do it, if you don't want to go through all that bridging, is to use this credit card option, which is on CrossMint. Inside of this option, you could actually pay with ETH, or you could pay with Sol, which is pretty interesting to go from, from Sol to Zora. But in this case, I'm claiming 21 tokens. I've got the protocol fees, and I can just do, or if I wanted to just do a credit card and check out, and away we go, right? So I'm going to cancel out of all this for the moment and go back. And hand this off now to, I'm going to hand it off to Bob to run through basically redeeming and minting. Okay. You guys have any questions so far? Any questions out there before we jump into the next one?
No, there was if we're handing off to Bob for this next section, I saw that there was a question from Nate Bear about how to update the metadata because he's concerned about the video looping for his one. Maybe we can talk through that with him now.
Yeah.
Also, dope to see the Solway piece up. What the hell, dude? Jesus.
Yeah, there's already some killers on here. I love it.
Solway, you're a fucking monster. You still in the room, Solway? I never get to say hi to you because you're in fucking other side of the planet. No, he's gone. He's gone. So, would have been nice to say hi. Okay.
So Nate, the way the dance goes is I won't go too technical, but we're looking for a transaction to basically burn and create these tokens. But we do have an admin function that we can hit. If you want to go into the props Discord and just tag me at Bitcoinsky, we can do a sidebar convo, and you can send me the updated video file, and I can get an update in there for you. It's no problem. But in general, once submitted, it's on chain. We actually stuff the metadata directly into the contract, so we're not even using like IPFS for the metadata storage. Yep. Though we are.
I just yeah, for me, it looked good in the preview, and then once it uploads, like, oh, it's not.
Yeah, no worries. I'm happy to do it for you. Just pay me. We can figure it out.
Okay. And actually, I have to jump to another call, so I will reach out then.
Sure.
Gotcha. Thanks, Nate.
Okay. Later. Thank
Hi, Nate.
Okay, cool. But now that tokens are starting to be created, there's a new feature on the homepage that just activated, which is the discovery mechanism. So this is just sort of live real-time data. You're gonna see all the categories that are trending. We have our own background trending algorithm, which is kind of cool. We're looking at not just total supply of each token for trending, we're also normalizing the number of followers that creators have and the block times of every mint that comes in. So to try to establish a nice balanced score across all these tokens, specifically for discovery. That trending score won't affect the outcome. That'll be based on total mints, essentially, in two different categories. One category is for all creators that have over 10,000 followers, and one category for everybody who has under 10,000 followers. So we can try and share the love across lots of creators, regardless of network size. And so that's how trending really works, is we're using that background score. So you'll see this update at scale as we start to get more tokens, and basically on every refresh, based on those inputs like recency of mint and total follower count and things like that. So though you may not have a lot of followers on Twitter, it's highly likely, because you're early here, you'll start to see yourself trending as soon as you start to get some mints in, which we think is great for long tail. It sort of behooves us to be on the trending board if we can achieve it, because new folks that come in to collect will probably start here, and they'll likely check out the work that is on the trending board first. That trending board, you can search by token metadata, so name. You can search by creator as well. So if somebody's trying to look for you, Valerie, as an example, they could put your name in here, it would show up. Or in this case, the word factory would bring this piece in to the search results. You can filter this board by those creator tranches, so over or under 10,000 followers. And you can also look at either trending using our algo, or just straight up most mints in those two tranches. And so that'll restack these rankings accordingly.
Wait, has Solway done 2 already?
Sorry?
Has Solway done 2 now? If you scroll up to the
Oh, yeah.
right,
Yeah, he's got 2. They have 2.
son of a bitch, he did both of those pieces. Ah, it's so sick.
Rad. I'm definitely
Yeah.
getting
The dirty dog.
Yeah, right on.
By the way, that brought me to Solway's creator page. I'm going to step through all this and show you guys how to set these things up. But on the creator page, you're going to get your aggregate, like where do you rank overall, total number of votes. It is aligned, your ranking is aligned to your group. So under 10,000 followers, that's Solway's rankings. Search by grid, you can look at a list view if you like, so you can kind of see the detail behind it, what category and what how many votes they've had.
Right on.
When you create your token, you're obviously going to get a vote because you're minting it yourself. You'll get a copy of it. You will get an NFT as part of your burn process. So you'll have the first token for each one that you create.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. Let's dig into creation. I'm gonna go ahead and connect my wallet. One of my Infinity wallets. Let's see if I can. There we go.
There's so many.
Yeah, I've stretched the bounds of MetaMask a couple times. That's for the world of being a Web3 dev, just wallets galore. Okay, so I've connected. I am a creator, so I'm gonna go in here. I don't know if I have 7. Let me check that. I do have 7 remotes. It'll tell me there. But if not, or if I do, whatever, I'm gonna go ahead and submit my art over here on the second option. And first thing is it's going to prompt me to connect my Twitter. And the reason we do that is we want creators to be known. We want to help build your networks. And we think it's just a much better experience to have a creator persona tied to each piece versus let's say pseudo anon. Many of you may be pseudo anon on Twitter, and that's totally fine. But we feel like it drives a little bit of a better experience. And then we can aggregate all the tokens you create around that profile and really highlight the creator, you versus an individual piece of work. and try to aggregate the attention to you specifically. So I'll go ahead and sign in. Let's go ahead and connect. And that's linking my accounts. Boom. Okay, now I'm connected and I've got my plus button. Go ahead and click that. And I got a little comfy UI thing I built this morning just for the demo, little stained glass deal. So I'll go ahead and save that image and I'll use that. Upload my image. I called this, what did I call it? This other than that, damn it. I had GPT actually describe it for me. Let's call it Compass Rose. And I'm not a describer, but we'll roll with it. I have no intention of winning this, and if I do, I probably can't win anyways. So forgive my terrible description here, Ed.
All good.
And I'm gonna put it in. I'll leave it in digital painting illustration. You might want to throw in a AI generator. Perfect. Okay, so now I'll redeem my 7 and enter. This is a gasless transaction. So we have a paymaster on the back end, and we're going to pay the gas fee when you do this. All we need is the signature. And really what we're doing is we're validating the metadata that we're going to stick into the contract, which really is unchangeable here unless you go back. You can change, the name and description, the categories injected. And then when we process this transaction, insert the token, we'll do things like insert your wallet address and so on into that metadata as well. So I'll go ahead and sign it. That's hitting the back end now. Listening, boom. Okay, you did it. I've got an entry and here it is. So from here, I can go ahead and take a look at it. If I want, I can share it directly from here and customize that share message if you like. Here's your share URL. Go ahead and just click this button. We'll take you right to Twitter and you can go ahead and post that. From here, I should already be on the discovery pages. There I am. And from there, everything kind of works as is.
So dope.
For a second, any questions? Check the chat.
Yeah,
Can
I
you,
think
one
Daniel had a
thing,
question.
could you poked at it a little bit, but if you would run over to my profile, and I want to make sure that we sort of talk about this because the profile for creators is really the centerpiece. This is the place where collectors and everybody is really going to find multiple pieces or discover multiple pieces from you. So there's you can, once you're in, you can obviously any piece of art, you can sort of click on your you can click on your avatar and it's going to take you to your profile, or up in the top right you can see my profile. But this is really probably, in addition to sort of individual pieces of art that you want to share, sharing your creator profile is probably an important part of what you guys want to be putting out in the world and really like pimping this out. There's not a whole lot. I think we've got some surprises over the next week or so around around profiles and around voting and some other sort of tricks up our sleeve that we're going to be announcing. Excited for that as well to sort of continue to drive sort of profile views for you guys.
I'm minting one of these for sure. I'm going to mint a lot today, no doubt. But there's my vote, which is really a mint. I now have this NFT in my wallet. And that's the thing I'm really excited about just in general for this contest is just the collectability of it all. And I'm going to come out of this personally with hopefully many hundreds of just incredible pieces in my collection. So we think that's the vibe in the meta, whether or not I think you're gonna have many more collectors come than say creators, but that's good for everybody. And there's a huge value prop here for all collectors, just the diversity of this entire collection and the ability to collect so much for what is amounts for a very little amount of cost. So very excited for that.